Welcome to BD Daily Tech News Podcast, your daily briefing on tech and innovation. It's 2026, February 5th, and today's theme is simple. If AI is getting a voice, we need a better way to know what's real, and we need enough electricity to run it all.
So we're doing voice AI, deepfakes, breaches, and nuclear power. Love that for us. It's like the future showed up and immediately asked for our phone number and a copy of our face.
Exactly. 4 stories, all tech. No market talk. We'll keep it actionable. What changed, the plain English tech, and what you should do differently this week.
Actionable? Great, because my current security plan is vibes, and I hope that link is normal.
Story 1. ElevenLabs CEO argued that voice is the next interface for AI, as OpenAI, Google, and Apple push conversational systems into wearables, new hardware, and everyday interactions. The claim isn't just voice is convenient. It's that voice becomes the default input and output layer for a lot of tasks.
We're about to talk to everything. Fridge, car, earbuds, probably my toaster. And the toaster will be like, I can't find your calendar event. Existential dread.
Here's the simple tech. Voice AI is basically a 3-step pipeline. Speech to text to understand you, a language model to decide what to do, and text to speech to talk back. The leap is when that pipeline runs fast enough with low latency that it feels like conversation instead of dictation.
Low latency is the difference between assistant and haunted walkie-talkie. If it pauses too long, I assume it's judging me.
Why it matters. For normal people, voice can remove friction, hands-free summaries, composing messages while commuting, accessibility benefits, and faster customer support if it's done well. For developers, it's a new UX surface, turn-taking, interruptions, wake words, and the hard problem, identity.
Identity, as in, how do I know it's me talking to my bank, and not some guy with a cloned me voice calling in like, hello, yes, I would like to buy one yacht, thank you.
Exactly. Practical takeaway. Treat voice like a password you can accidentally leak. Don't use voice alone for high-risk authentication. Prefer app-based approval, security keys, or passkeys. And set a family safe word for urgent voice calls, because voice cloning turns panic into an attack vector.
Speaking of cloned everything, story 2 is deepfakes, right? Because my feed is already 40% breaking news and 60% a guy confidently lying with subtitles.
Right. One of the items today frames it bluntly. Reality is losing the deepfake war. The core issue is that generative tools for fake images, video, and audio are improving faster than verification habits are spreading.
So we have 4K fakes and 480p skepticism. Cool, cool, cool.
The simple version, think of authenticity like a shipping label. If you attach it at the factory, at capture time, you can track where it's been. If you try to attach it later, after it's been copied and edited, you're basically arguing with a photocopier.
So what do we do, realistically? Because I can't forensically analyze my aunt's group chat. I'm just trying to eat lunch.
Actionable checklist. 1. Verify via a second channel. If a clip claims something urgent, look for it on a trusted outlet or the original account. 2. Watch for high-emotion, low-context posts. That's a classic manipulation pattern. 3. For creators and orgs, adopt provenance tools where possible and publish content in ways that preserve metadata instead of stripping it.
Okay, now let's talk about the thing that's always real, my personal data being on a magical world tour. What happened with Substack?
Substack confirmed a data breach affecting users' email addresses and phone numbers. They said customer data was accessed in October 2025, but it wasn't discovered until early February. So a meaningful detection gap.
October to February is a long time for attackers to RSVP to every spam list on Earth using your info. Email plus phone is the combo meal for scams.
And there's a second breach story. A report says the Conduent ransomware attack ballooned, affecting millions more Americans. Conduent is a GovTech giant that handles personal and health data for more than 100 million people across the U.S., so the potential blast radius is huge.
That's the part that makes people feel powerless. You can do everything right and still get hit because some vendor you've never heard of got popped.
So focus on what you can control. 3 steps. First, enable MFA everywhere, but prefer authenticator apps or passkeys over SMS. Second, lock down your mobile number. Set a carrier port out PIN and ask about SIM swap protections. Third, assume your email is public. Use unique passwords, a password manager, and consider email aliases for signups.
Also, if a support agent calls you, you hang up and call back using the official number, because voice AI plus leaked phone numbers is basically a scammer's glow-up montage.
Final story, MIT Technology Review's Download and related Q&A asked what next-generation nuclear power could mean, especially as AI drives unprecedented investment in massive data centers and the energy supply to support them. The key point, compute scaling is increasingly constrained by power and grid capacity, not just chips.
So the bottleneck is electricity. We built the brain, now we're arguing about the extension cord.
Pretty much. Next-gen nuclear often refers to designs aiming for improved safety, different fuels, or modular construction. The promise is reliable baseload power with low operational carbon emissions, useful if you need 24/7 energy for hyperscale compute, not just when the sun is out.
But timelines matter. If it takes forever to permit and build, the data centers will already be here, guzzling power like it's a sport.
And that's the practical tension: speed, safety, cost, and public trust. For normal people, this shows up as grid reliability, local siting debates, and potentially higher pressure on energy prices if supply can't keep up. For builders and policymakers, it's a planning problem: generation plus transmission, not just add servers.
Today's emotional arc, we talk to AI, AI talks back, deepfakes make us doubt everything, breaches leak our contact info, and the solution is build power plants. Very chill Thursday.
Quick recap. Voice is becoming the default interface, so don't authenticate with voice alone. Deepfakes are outpacing verification habits, so verify via second channels and preserve provenance when you can. Breaches like Substack and Conduent mean you should harden accounts and protect your phone number. And AI's growth is now an energy and grid story as much as a model story.
Go set a port-out pin with your carrier. That's the most boring sentence that can save you from the most annoying week of your life.
If you learned something, subscribe and share the episode. And drop a comment with the one place you still see SMS codes, because that's the next thing you should upgrade.
And if a CEO voice notes you asking for gift cards, just assume it's AI. And also assume the real CEO would email you a spreadsheet first.
That's it for 2026, February 5th. Tomorrow, more tech, less chaos, if the internet cooperates.